Welcome to the Global WarWatch Network. Today, we're getting straight into some breaking news, something we really need to talk about. Russia just launched production of its newest weapon, the Archangel drone. Kalashnikov, the big name in Russian arms, says these UAVs are already in, quote, high demand on the battlefield. So, the big question for us is, could this actually shift the balance in the ongoing conflict? We've looked at the latest reports and analysis to try and unpack what this really means.
It's definitely a critical development, not just for, the immediate tactics, but maybe the longer term picture too. What's really interesting here isn't just another new drone. It's the thinking behind how they're producing and rolling it out.
Yeah, that strategic partnership seems key. Kalashnikov, everyone knows them for their rifles, right? They've officially started mass producing these new Archangel UAVs for the Russian military. And like you said, they're making it clear these drones are already in high demand in the special military operation zone, as they call it. What does that high demand claim actually signal to someone following this closely, like yourself?
Well, that claim is pretty significant. It suggests they've already seen it's useful, or at least commanders on the ground really feel they need it now, even before full production has hit its stride. Strategically, it means these aren't just test models their systems commanders are actively asking for. That gives them priority for resources, for getting them out there fast. But it's not just Kalashnikov doing this alone. They've set up a really important partnership with the Archangel project. That's a Russian group already known for making some pretty effective FPV first-person view drones.
Ah, okay. So it's like specialized know-how meeting industrial power. The Archangel Project's role, from what we gather, is basically the combat testing ground. They try out the best designs from different companies in actual combat situations, figure out what works, what doesn't.
Exactly. And that's where it really comes together. Once Archangel tests and proves a design, in the heat of battle, then Kalashnikov steps in. They use their massive factory capacity for the large-scale manufacturing. This sort of two-step plan is meant to make sure what gets mass-produced isn't just fancy tech, but tech that's already proven itself out there.
Yep.
It's designed for speed, getting effective drones deployed quickly. A pretty efficient way to innovate, militarily speaking.
Right, that makes sense. And this whole push, the urgency, it points to something bigger we keep seeing in modern war, the changing role of UAVs. The demand is clearly going through the roof. Our sources say they've become a key part of Russia's military strategy. Are we just seeing more drones, or is it changing how they fight, enabling new tactics?
It's definitely both. That's the crucial thing. Just having more drones changes things, sure. But it's the different ways they can be used, the flexibility. Take scouting, for example. Instead of risking soldiers or big aircraft, drones give you instant eyes on the ground, often without being easily spotted. That means real-time intel, which completely changes how fast and safely you can gather information.
And it goes beyond just a quick look, right? What about watching an area for longer, or even attacking?
Yeah, for surveillance, drones can just hang around for hours, tracking movement, spotting patterns, building a really full picture of what the enemy is up to, without risking pilots. This kind of constant watching gives a much deeper understanding. And then, yes, direct strikes. We've seen FPV drones like this Archangel type getting really good at hitting vehicles, artillery, even troops. It gives them a kind of precision strike ability that used to need much bigger, slower, more expensive systems. That's a game changer in local fights.
So it's not just seeing things, but acting fast and accurately, and critically, with less risk and probably lower cost than older methods. That fundamentally changes the calculation in battle, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. They've made certain types of air power more accessible, allows for more spread out, agile, and nonstop action across the front.
Okay, let's zoom in on the Archangel drone itself then. Where did this project come from? What's special about it? The Archangel project, it started back in 2022, apparently just a group of drone developers. Now it's got centers in several Russian cities. That sounds like really rapid growth.
It does, and that speed itself really shows the urgency, the resources being poured into this area. The founder, Mikhail Filippov, he's been quite open about its capabilities. He says it can hit speeds of 280 kilometers per hour and strike targets up to 50 kilometers away.
Bruh.
For you listening, the thing to grasp is that combination, that speed and that range for an FPV drone, it's not typical, pushing things.
280 kilometers an hour? Wow, that's really moving. That's nearly, 175 miles per hour? And 50 kilometers range is pretty far for a drone like this, too. What about testing? How fast did it go from idea to being ready?
Well, reports say initial test flights were in April this year. Then successful tests in Crimea in June apparently performed really well in, real conditions. That quick jump from testing to Kalashnikov starting mass production almost right after, It suggests they're pretty confident it works and they feel they need it urgently. What's really notable is that mix of speed and range. It's positioned as one of Russia's fastest FPV drones, built specifically for fast and precise attacks. So it's not a do-everything drone. It sounds like a specialized tool for hitting hard and fast.
Impressive tech, no doubt. But we often say this, the best weapon needs a skilled operator. How are Kalashnikov and the Archangel project handling that side of things, the human element? Our sources really stress the training aspect.
You've hit on a really critical point there. Sources indicate they're looking at the whole picture. Not just making drones, but focusing heavily on integrated training programs. These programs are specifically for soldiers to learn how to fly these drones, not just Kalashnikovs, but others too. That makes the training more broadly useful.
And it seems they're taking it further, training new instructors as well. So those instructors can then train even more operators across the military. It sounds like a plan to really scale up the number of skilled users quickly.
Exactly. It's a top-down approach to get widespread competence. Analysts are pretty clear. Training is just as important as production. Modern warfare, especially with complex things like these FPV drones, needs both the tech and skilled people who can really push that tech to its limits. Without good operators, these advanced drones just won't live up to their potential. Their fancy features become kind of, well, useless. It's fundamental.
Okay, so we have the drone's background, the specs, the training. Let's pull back again. What is this whole effort making it themselves? From design to factory floor to training, what does it all mean for Russia's overall drone capabilities and maybe their position globally?
Well, connecting the dots, experts think this Kalashnikov Archangel link-up could seriously boost supplies to the front lines, meeting that high demand we talked about. But maybe even more importantly, strategically, it aims to cut reliance on foreign technology. For you, the listener, the key idea here is Russia isn't just buying stuff off the shelf anymore. They're building up their own ability to design and make these things long-term. Strategic independence. This makes them less vulnerable if global supply chains get disrupted and lets them tailor drones specifically for their way of fighting. That's a big advantage when tech access can be, political.
Right, so it shifts them from being maybe just a buyer, dependent on others, to being more self-sufficient, developing their own stuff, which probably means faster improvements, making things work better together, and being less open to outside pressure. That sounds like a really foundational move for their military power, not just a short-term fix.
Precisely. The clear goal seems to be giving Russia a stronger position in drone warfare by building up these strong domestic capabilities from A to Z.
So back to our first question, could this shift the balance in the war? When you consider this big push for making it themselves, the fast production, the claimed demand, the drone's specific features, speed, range, and this serious focus on training, it certainly looks like a significant step. It's not just adding numbers, it's creating a whole system, integrated, self-reliant, maybe more effective, that can change and improve on its own. It really makes you think how fast warfare is evolving. Drones aren't just add-ons anymore, they're changing the whole playbook.
Indeed. It strengthens their own industrial ability for this critical tech. Give them resilience, a way to keep innovating themselves. Which leads to that final thought. Given how fast drone tech is moving, and this dual focus on both mass production and specialized training, what are the long-term strategic implications? For military power in future wars, when a nation builds this kind of capability internally, that's something for all of us to chew on, I think, as this tech just keeps accelerating.
Indeed. A very powerful question to leave you with. Thank you for your time and for joining this important discussion today. If you found this insightful, please do like, share, and subscribe to Global WarWatch Network. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comment section below and join us on social media. All the links you need are right there in the description.